to FlexCandle, where we read the candles and flex the moves. I'm Flex, and today we're diving into a full top-down analysis on Bitcoin. We're going to start from the higher time frames, work our way down to the lower time frames, and check to see if we find any good setups. Now remember, this is not financial advice, and I'm not a financial advisor. Alright guys, it's about 5:15 p.m. Eastern time, and the price of Bitcoin is at $115,330. We're starting off here with the weekly chart, and yesterday we went over it. We closed a green candle, which is bullish. We stayed above the 21 moving average, which is currently at $110,452, and the stochastics have actually fully reset, and we're starting to point up. Now we could probably drag here, roll over here for a while, but eventually we should be moving up, and right now we are starting to point up, so it's looking kind of bullish. Now on this other chart, I do have a falling wedge type pattern here, and as you can see, we already started breaking out, so this is bullish, and this measured move does take us to about 135k. So let's see what ends up happening with that. Now we head over to the daily chart. This candle closes in about 2 hours and 45 minutes. The last 2 days have been red, but we have been able to maintain ourselves above the 50 moving average. Today we were able to go as high as 116,757, but we did go as low as 114,384. Yesterday I was telling you guys it was possible we might hit the 114k region, and we did. And I feel like as long as we can stay above this 50 moving average, we should be remain bullish. The only thing that I'm not liking is that we are topping the stochastics. We're starting to roll over. I'm hoping that we could curve back up here or just drag here for a little bit as we make a higher move up. Now I do have here a inverted head and shoulder. Most of the measured move already played out, so congratulations whoever took this trade. The measured move does take us to about 117,800, I will call it, almost 118k. So we got very close to that. Let's see if we could finish getting the rest of that measured move and possibly go even higher. Now on the other time frames, like the 22-hour chart, you see that the stochastics are toppy, but we have been able to remain above the 21 and the 200 moving average. And right here we got a good cross with the 21 crossing the 200 moving average, and that is bullish. On the 12-hour chart, we got the same cross here. We have been able to maintain above all the moving averages. Stochastics are on the way down. In the 10-hour chart, the stochastics are starting to reset, but we did lose a 200 moving average here. But as long as we can remain above this 21 moving average and eventually get that cross here as well, this is going to be bullish. Same thing is happening for the 8-hour chart. We still need a little bit more time for that to fully reset. 6-hour chart, we reset on the stochastics, but we started rolling over. We just barely lost the 21 moving average, but look, we got 2 wicks here, so we are getting some good support on the 200 moving average, which is at 114,451. Now on the 4-hour chart, stochastics are low. We lost the 21 moving average, but we have been having support here on the 50 moving average. That's currently at 114k. So it looks like we should be making it back up, especially since the stochastics are low. If we lose the 50 moving average, then we have to stay above this 200 moving average, which is at 113,286. If we lose that, then you kind of have to start getting short-term bearish a little bit anytime you lose that 200 moving average on the 4-hour chart. Now on the 1-hour chart, stochastics are getting a little bit toppy here, but we're still above the 21 moving average, so that's still bullish to me. And what I'm not liking though on this 1-hour chart is that this is kind of looking like a rounded top, and they say the rounded tops don't pay the bills, and it's starting to look like that. As long as we can stay above this 200 moving average, I do remain bullish. That's currently at 113,977. And here on the 15-minute chart, the stochastics are toppy. We're on the way down, but I kind of feel like this could be a possible cup and handle play. So if I put on here the patterns, this shows that it could take us all the way to about 116,400. So let's leave that there and let's see if maybe we get a surprise and we end up getting this move there. Now overall, I still feel like we're going to be in the range between 110k and 120k. Today we did get up a little bit higher. I feel like we should be able to get one more push up before Powell talks, and then Powell is basically going to determine whether we're going to go up or down, and I believe that that's on Wednesday. So this might be a volatile week, so you guys do have to be careful with your trades. All right guys, so that's the breakdown. If this gave you clarity or a setup to watch, do me a favor, like, drop a comment, subscribe, and if you have a stock or crypto you want me to go over, drop it in the comment section. This is FlexCandle, where we read the candles and flex the moves. Catch you on the next chart.